Hello everybody and welcome to the Cosplay Collective podcast. I am Damien Hockey, your guru to all things geek. I am joined this week by Devilish Cosplay, Mr. Matt Bellhouse.
You alright?
Mr. Lex Cole, who's having a couple of issues with his webcam, but he is here.
Hey.
Miss Sin, Heather.
Say
I'll sing. Arcadia Cosplay UK.
I'll hurt you.
Mr. Dominic Murphy, our residential game geek. How is everybody? Good. Just
knackered. I finally started working, so I'm absolutely knackered.
Hey!
Yay, welcome to the world of work. Whoop whoop.
I was in the world of work before you had like bum fuzz on your chin, mate. Don't even go there.
Oh, it's been a little bit hectic for everybody on the cast because we've been to various conventions. People might have caught us at the MCM podcast that we did with Matt and all the other Guardians of Geekery.
Minus me and Heather.
Other than the fact that Lex has not been able to get out due to his medical condition at the moment, he is still working on.
I've got 5 weeks left till freedom.
Freedom!
Yeah, 5 weeks till freedom, so I'm going to be at Manchester.
And we've got we've had Heather and Dom have been at Manchester Film and Comic Con.
Yes, we did. We even did a panel.
Yeah, which you can find the video on our YouTube page. We did.
Oh, you didn't tell me it had finally been uploaded. You didn't even send me a link.
I did. I think I did.
I don't think you did. Otherwise, I could have watched it.
Liar.
God damn it, Jamie.
No, I'm certain I did. It's either that or it's on CSM.
Not a demo.
It's probably on CSM. I do post everything to CSM these days. But yeah. So you two did a panel down at Manchester Film and Comic Con, which is really interesting. Just, you know what, I'm not going to ask you to go on about it too much, but roughly what were the panel about?
The basic premise of the panel was about cosplay perspective, so what it's like to be a cosplayer as a male and what it's like to be a cosplayer as a female. So we spoke on various topics, including like what everybody expects from a male and female cosplayer, and then beyond that, as a crossplayer as well.
Because we've both experimented with that.
And then beyond that, just what it's about, like the general state of affairs as regards to the community and bullying and things like that. I mean, we know a few people that have been bullied, and like we just.
We'll get on that subject in a bit.
Yeah, we'll come back to that in a little bit.
I can literally talk for hours on the whole bullying of cosplay, so don't let me ramble.
I'll try not to. But no, yeah, it was good. The panel lasted about 40 odd minutes or so. Actually, no, it was 34 minutes apparently. We both wore cosplays. Heather wore Ravager, Rose Wilson, and I wore Crossbones. Or my own take on Crossbones, anyway. Yeah, the video is actually up on the Guardians of Geekery YouTube page, so you can go over there and watch it. It clocks in at 34 minutes and 9, and I think 32 minutes of that is me just talking like an absolute mongoloid. So, yeah, good luck with that one. Enjoy watching that.
You did cosplay though whilst you did it, which is pretty cool.
It was yes, that was my Crossbones, which was uncomfortable. No, not uncomfortable. I got to about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and was like, I really want to take this off. Imagine had it a little bit worse. Yeah. The inside.
Called it corset.
Yes, not only was she in a corset, but that silvery material.
But I don't want sequins, and I didn't want my costume to be sparkly. But I like the material when you turned it inside out is what you can see in the photo. So I had sequins against my skin, so when I eventually took the costume off at the end of the day, I had like sequins stuck in my armpits and down my arms and all these scratches. It hurt. And I always talk about the most awkward part of mine and Dominic's relationship is what last year when he did Cloud Strife when he dressed as a girl and he asked me to go into the bathroom and shave the back of his legs. But I think I finally got one back on him because I was like, Dominic, moisturise my armpits. They need moisture.
10 minutes like this. Wasn't even the good type of this that you normally get. It was just armpits. That's all I got. I'm not going to put you under any illusions. It was just pure pittage. It was really bad. It was.
Moisturise me.
See, do you know, like when we've talked about practicality of cosplay before. Practicality doesn't seem to be the thing for a lot of cosplayers. Like,
was it fuck no?
You two found out that obviously, like, yours was uncomfy, and Heather's was uncomfy. Matt almost passed out at MCM.
Oh, shut up! No.
No. Like,
welcome to the club.
I can't complain, right? It was a very. It was hot. It was really hot. Just explain a little bit.
Yeah, so it was quite early on the Saturday, actually. I'd only been in, obviously, the costume for, what, an hour and a half or so. We'd gone round to the repair bit because they needed to Keir, Leia and David needed to sign up for the masquerade stuff. And whilst we were there, I just had a steady stream of people wanting photos and taking selfies and stuff. So, you know, for about sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, I put the helmet on and I had the lights on and stuff inside. So, you know, to have taken some proper pics with that. And then once they'd finished signing and stuff, and we went to kind of walk outside, I took the helmet off, and I just... It was kind of really weird. I came over a bit dizzy, needed to go and sit down, and they literally took us out there. Leia went and grabbed us a bottle of water and a pasty because they were getting food as well. And we literally just kind of grabbed a seat nearest we could. At which point I found out I couldn't actually sit down in the suit, so I had to take one leg off and one arm off and the gloves off and the helmet off, and I'm just kind of sat there in half an Iron Man suit drinking my bottle of water until I felt a bit better. But you know, after that, I just made sure I kept drinking as much as I could. So you know, the rest of the day went okay, and I didn't have the helmet on for very much of the rest of the day, which is, you know, it's something for my next suit. You know, I'm planning on obviously trying to avoid that by having the motorised faceplate bit. So, you know, that way I can keep the helmet on, but I can have the faceplate open to eat and drink and stuff and breathe. You know, not overheat so much.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
one thing you got to think about. I was to say, it's one thing you got to think about when you think about your materials is not just about how building it's what it's going to be like wearing the thing,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I seem to have the overheating problem quite a fair bit because I use a lot of Zentais. I use a lot of Zentai-based costumes because it's just practical for me. But they do get very, very warm.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Should have seen me at LSVT. Seriously. I honestly thought I was going to crawl back up inside myself. I was that cold. And I just all I had on was the Zentai and 4 pairs of boxer shorts, and that's it.
No, it was March, that. So, of course you were going to be cold in March. It's Britain.
It was just not pleasant at all. Not to mention my boot malfunction, which just for... Christ. I got about 50 yards outside my hotel and the sole on one of my boots fell off. So I had to go back and put a pair of trainers on, so I was Nightwing circa wearing Converse. Stupid. It was like, yeah, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
Mind you, Heather was a little bit colder than I was. She wore Starfire, which not a lot on, lot of body paint.
Yeah,
lot of body paint.
So I looked warm, but I wasn't, guys.
No, you're looking at doing Starfire again, but you're looking at a different way of doing it.
Yes, I am. There's 2 more versions. I want to do the comic. I actually want to do the full bodysuit one where she is silver and blue, where she's in the spaceship. I can't remember which issue it is, so don't ask me. And I do actually want to do on the full-on, like, nakedness one of her, not for the nudity, but because that is who Starfire is, and I want to be her true to the character for once, instead of having to modify a costume to make it more suited to my body confidence. I just want to go out there and rock it, sort of thing. So those are like the two versions that I want to do with the comic version. I also want to do the new one that they're going to be releasing of the new comics of her, where the only bit that's hanging out is her stomach, not that it hangs. And I also want to do Teen Titans because Teen Titans, let's go.
Teen Titans, woo! But anyway, talking about cosplay and what we're working on at the moment, I'm going to just quickly talk to Matt about what you've been working on.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I had this arrive this week from the guys over at Tiger Stone FX.
Yes.
Awesome.
The start of Arrow. I had to get one from them after seeing Freya's masks and stuff that that she's worn and the guys. So I'd ordered that a few weeks before MCM actually, and it arrived this week. So that's kind of the start of things. Leia's going to be Leia's going to be making a lot of the suit for me. So the jacket, trousers, and hood. She's going to be doing, and obviously the rest of it is just the bits and pieces props wise, and I'm going to be putting together Arrow, mainly based on the TV series Arrow second season. So,
Cool.
that's the next one.
The Nightwing mask I've got is from the same place. It's from Tiger Stone FX, and my Nightwing mask is absolutely amazing. Like I had them do the rush on mine as well, and even though they did the rush job, the casting is just absolutely fantastic. It's just everything that I expected to be. I mean, I had to pay a couple of quid extra to get it rushed because I was in a rush for LSCC, but it was still absolutely amazing. Like, just the quality of the job overall, despite the fact that obviously it was supposed to be a rush. And he said to me, like, it's not perfect, and I was like, you having a laugh? It's just there's no imperfections in it whatsoever. The only imperfections that you can see are in the back of it, where no one's going to see it anyway.
Exactly, it's going to be stuck on your face.
It's fantastic. Now I don't know if anybody knows, but the things are doing the rounds at the minute. Ginger Snap tagged me in it. The 10 next cosplays, like the next 10 cosplays or so. So
yeah,
mine this morning.
yeah. Oh, you know what? That's
not done one yet. No one's tagged me, thanks.
Hey, I didn't tag anyone. I haven't tagged anyone.
Yeah, I haven't particularly tagged anybody. I literally just went on and.
I'm not doing one unless someone tags me.
Oh, don't be a miserable shit.
It's just sad.
I've done my 10 cosplays.
Well, shall we do a breakdown of everybody's 10 next cosplays?
Let's do a quick breakdown. Break it down now. I'll start with it. I'm working on Night Owl 3.0, which is happily hung up in my Wonder Wardrobe at this moment in time. You obviously can't tell what it is, but I've had some new stuff sent to me, like a new pair of boxers, because, believe it or not, they go on the outside and they look far better than my old pair. And
your pair actually didn't look too bad.
Yeah, they just didn't seem to match, and I've got these new gaiters, which I'm really happy with.
Did you get yourself a new belt as well?
No, I'm building one. Building a new belt from scratch, from EVA foam, and I'm going to make it look like the one from the movie. So I've got my Night Owl, I'm going to work on Aquaman. For those who follow me on my Damo's Wonder Wardrobe, working on General Zod at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to be doing General Zod at some point. Want to do Constantine. Already started out on my Talon costume for the most part. That's what this is all part of. I've got a secret project. I'm not allowed to say anything until next year about that one. I'm going to rework on Dead Space. I want to build a Baymax. I've already got most of my Night Owl revised stuff sorted. Nightwing revised stuff sorted. And I'm going to do a Death from Discworld.
Nice.
And that's my 10 cosplays.
Suppose I'll go next then. Starting off with Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. I've already got the mask for that. Also doing Matt Fraction's version of Hawkeye from the new Hawkeye comics, which both of those two we will be doing at MCM Manchester.
Which one going to be there for? Lex is going to be there
Heather
for.
will be telling you about those. Then I've got Johnny Cage, that I've mentioned, doing the MKX version.
Mhm.
And also doing plans to do Jacob Fry from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'm in talks with a designer for that. Then I've got Jason Voorhees, but doing the Mortal Kombat X version, but at the same time as well doing some really, really cool little props with it as well. Some little add-on bits. Booker DeWitt from Bioshock, which I've been meaning to do for a while. Sebastian Castellanos from Evil Within.
Yeah.
Armored Nightwing, Red and Blue. So take on the new 52, but with more armor. And then finally, the last one is I'm doing a 2.0 version of my Army of Two with a friend of mine, Bobby, as well. So that'll be, I'll actually have a secondary person to do Army of Two with, which means I can do kick-ass poses and shit like that.
I will talk to you about your Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I've got some parts for you that you might be interested in.
We shall talk. Okay, 1 second.
Heather's turn.
Another headset. Oh, your head's well big. Never knew.
Don't make him even bigger, Eddie.
Do you want to use these ones whilst I'm talking? Okay. The costumes that I've got is I'm doing. He has a go at me for pronouncing it wrong, but I call her Tuka and it's Toka from Tokyo Ghoul, which is to go with his Kaneki. That's for MCM Manchester, and I'm also doing Kate Bishop, but I'm doing a redesign by someone with a really funny name that I can never remember. It's like Shushi something. It's absolutely brilliant. It literally, if you type in redesign, it's just like Googling it. I also want to do No Flutter's version of Claptrap, and I saw that a girl, I can't remember her cosplay page, but I've been following her for ages. She actually, I didn't realise she was making it. She worked at MCM May, that's just been, and I was like, oh my god, that is like my dream cosplay.
Caitlin.
Was it Caitlin?
I'm pretty sure. Caitlin Lappin.
Possibly. Did she hang around with Tarina?
Yep, she did Claptrap. Really, really good.
Oh, she rocked it so much. I mean, she was like literally as if the drawing had come to life. Another one that I want to do is Princess Leia, but that's another redesign one that I want to do. Plus, I also want to do her as a Sith version, so that I kind of cheated there. There was 2 in 1. I also want to do Evie Fryer, which is from Syndicate, to go with his. I want to do Elizabeth from Bioshock, again, to go with Dom's Booker. I want to do the Dark Phoenix, but the armored version. Not a lot of people have seen it. It's like the black one with like the gold armor and stuff, and she has like all these fiery rings as Phoenix does, which is absolutely awesome. Yaya Han's done it actually. I want to do Sindel from Mortal Kombat as well as Scorpion, and that's going to be a gender bend one, not making him female. I actually want to do him as a dude, and I also want to do Batgirl Barbara Gordon. Lots of people that know me know that I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, and I haven't included any of them in my 10 cosplays because my 10 cosplays would have literally been all Dragon Ball Z, and I don't want people thinking I'm that obsessed with a single anime. But I have like all in between all of them are like actual Dragon Ball Z ones that I want to be doing. So yeah, those are my 10 and a bit.
That's a lot of cosplay.
You want mine?
Yeah, let's get Matt's.
Right, so obviously you've seen the Arrow picture. So Arrow is one planned hopefully for October. At some point as well, I want to do a Deathstrike, so I can kind of play both sides, or both sides of the same thing. So yeah, an armored Deathstrike.
I did my Rose Wilson, and there was a Deathstroke there. He didn't realise I was Rose Wilson and that I was his daughter, and I was like really, really upset, as you can imagine, because I went up to him and I was like, "Oh, hi, Father, it's me, it's Rose," and he just kind of looked at me, and I was like, "Oh no."
I've thought about doing, I'd like to do a Slade from On the Island, but it's very much the same sort of thing, but without the mask, isn't it? So there's not that much difference between the two. I want to do a Tigra from Thundercats.
Thunder, Cat.
That's one that kind of tie in with Kier. Kier's planning on doing a Lino at some point. The full facial prosthetics and the hair and everything. So hopefully that'll be something planned for the future. I want to do Daredevil, the red suit.
Yeah.
TV series one.
Oh yes.
Yeah, sorry, not the original film, but
Yeah,
the TV series one. That one.
Series.
To be part of the old Bat fam for next year, I want to do Commissioner Jim Gordon. So that'll be someone. So I'll be Barbara's old man. Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
Just no one said it. No one had nothing. We were just like, oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
not a problem with it. Everybody was just taking a little bit aback. I think it's like.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of a lot of the suits where I see, kind of mashups between different characters. And there's a big project planned which Damo knows about, but I can't really reveal publicly yet.
It's the reason why he's getting rid of his Iron Man suit.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about in a bit and what happened with that.
But there's another mashup I want to do, which I see many Deadpools all the time, and Deadpools I'm a fan of, but I don't want to be just another Deadpool. So I'm thinking along the lines of a Deadpool / Captain America mashup a bit, which I don't think I've seen before. There's a couple of completely out there ones, which are the genie from Aladdin.
What? That's
Not
a bit
how
of a
I'm going to do it, but I think it'll be funny. So
because you never had a friend like me.
Exactly.
We did a group of Disney cosplayers, like I'm a Disney at MCM like last year, which was a hell of a lot of fun because I got to do Cruella de Vil. That was quite amusing.
It was cold.
Very cold. Heather did Rapunzel, and yeah, it was very, very cold in October.
The hair didn't keep me warm as I thought it was going to.
It was a nightmare.
My last one was Ace Ventura as well, which I know William's done that. I saw one from Ace, where he did an Ace Ventura. My hair tends to grow a bit wild when it's longer, so I'm pretty sure I can pull that one off. So that's on the list at some point. And like I say, my big project, which will be for May next year, which, as you say, is the reason I'm selling the current suit, is to firstly create a bit of room in the house because I've not really got anywhere I can store it other than taking up half the dining room. But it's to raise funds for parts for the next suit that I'm building. Which I don't really want to go into too much more detail on, but it's needless to say it's going to be 200-300 times better than the current one is.
Can I just ask?
Yeah, go for
when
it.
you're making suits, do you use Pepicora for it or anything like that? Or do you do files and download files and things for it, or do you just do it like you just look at it and you go ahead and do it?
It's mainly Pepicora I use for the current suit, the first one I built. That was my first ever cosplay, so I've never built anything else before. I got a lot of help from Keir and some other people on that in terms of build. So that was the first time I'd used Pepicura for a lot of following the instructions and building it. And then once I'd built the parts, it was then modding certain things to fit me because I'm not got the physique of Mr. Tony Stark at the moment. On the next one, knowing what I know now, the big learning I took from MCM and wearing the suit for the first time was that I need to concentrate a bit more on maneuverability as well. Not even comfort. I'm not expecting it to be overly comfortable wearing a full armor suit for 6 hours at a con.
What about putting fans in it? Have you thought about doing that?
I suggested that.
Yeah, it's something that's a possibility. The next suit's going to be very much tricked out. There's a lot of lighting that's going to be getting involved. I'm looking to get some audio in there as well. So, providing I've got the room and the know-how to kind of work out how I'm going to do it all. It's something that I may even need fans in there just to keep the heat down.
Yeah.
With all the lighting and stuff and battery packs and whatnot else, it's got to be kind of something to keep me a bit more comfortable, I suppose.
I'm trying my hardest to try and guess what you're doing. So can you not just private message me telling me?
I will.
I'm just what is it? What is it?
I don't. The reason I don't really wanted to. I've not openly said what I'm doing online. Is because I don't want someone else to get the idea and do it first. If that makes sense. It's an Iron Man suit of sorts, but there's a lot of difference you know, it's not something anyone's done before.
Okay.
That I know, that I've seen.
I think I know what it is, but I don't know. But
I need to find this out because it sounds like what I've been planning for.
Sorry, go on. I'll go back to that.
Sorry.
I was
He was just saying it sounds like a lot like what it was planning.
Oh, okay. No, there's a suit that I want to do. If any of you's watched Neon Genesis Evangelion, I really want to build an Eva 2 unit. A cosplayer called Goldie has done it before, and he's made one for another cosplayer. And what she did, she was dressed as Asuka in the plug suit and everything, but then the suit, the Eva unit was big enough that she could climb into it and she could still move around. So she was actually Asuka in the Eva unit, and it's just amazing. I really want to do it, but I can't find any files anywhere for it online, apart from like making little miniature models, and I really don't know what I'm going to do, and that's what I want to do, which is why I keep asking loads of people about, you know, how do they make their costumes, like their builds and stuff, and I'm like, people, stop using files and just help me.
I don't use Pepakura. I have to make my own templates up.
Well,
I use a bit of Pepakura, but I tend to 3D print or sculpt, hand sculpt these days.
I want to know what Lex wants to do for his next 10 cosplay.
Ah, okay. I've literally had to write the list out because I haven't actually done one yet. Okay, so just throwing this out, there will be changes. Thing is, I don't tend to make a lot of quick costumes. Mine tend to take quite a bit of time, so probably won't fit these in anytime soon. There's the new 52 Green Arrow I've still got to finish. That Leia's already made me my jacket for.
Are you using that for MCM in Manchester?
Maybe. I haven't got it down for that. I need to get Star-Lord finished first.
Right.
That's another one of them, is Star-Lord, which is currently on the way. The helmet is fully 3D printed, and that's not Star-Lord.
Oh, no,
that's...
sorry, pal. Wrong one.
It's the wrong one. Yeah, I've got... No, that's Iron Man.
Sorry, man, I'm just trying to find it.
I've got all the parts printed for the helmet. It just needs a bit of cleaning up, assembling, and then I'm going to start hopefully making molds. So I've got just less than 2 months to make that helmet. The next one is the big plan for next year, which is my Iron Man suit, which is now sort of looking a bit more... the design has slightly been changed over the past few weeks after seeing stuff from the new movie, stuff coming out. It's sort of looking a bit more sleek, a little bit more like the Mark 45, but also a bit more bleeding edge Mark 46 from the movie coming out. Yeah, so there's that. That's the big plan for next year, and hopefully I'll start really working on that soon once I'm allowed back in the workshop. The next one is the one I'm currently also working a bit on, which is my Vault Dweller, i.e. the Lone Wanderer. I'm going to do after the big hype of Fallout 4, I'm now working on part-time doing one of the characters from Fallout 4. I'm going to do the Vault 111 Dweller, and I'm just started 3D printing the Pip-Boy as a one-off rather than molds or anything, so that's also on the way. And having found out what everyone's doing for the Bat Fam next year, I've decided I need to get in there somehow. So I'm going to be what's his name? Terry
McGinnis.
I'm going to be Batman. I'm going to be Batman Beyond. So I'm going to be your future Batman, in a way. As long as I get once I've got in shape. Once I've got back in.
Go
on.
Well, on the proviso that obviously I know you wanted to do Nightwing demo, so I've already done Nightwing at this point.
I'm not doing Nightwing now. I'm going to go back as Alfred Pennyworth.
Oh, fair enough then. If we haven't got a Nightwing, then I might do Nightwing.
I thought Frey was doing Nightwing. I went for Batman Beyond because Frey was doing Nightwing.
Well, I think this is the plan at the moment. Don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure. Kiri's back as Batman. Tat's back as Red Robin because he's done with Robin now. So he's over and done with Robin. from what he said. His next con is this con that's just gone is his retirement for Robin, and it's Red Robin next time. So we've got Batman, Red Robin. We have me as Alfred. Freya will be Nightwing, I think. Asakura is going to be Red Hood again. I know that Leia was talking about doing Barbara Gordon. I know that Matt's doing Jim Gordon, and I think that's it. Other than Batman Beyond.
And then I'll be Batman Beyond with that.
So we do
technically when you search Bat Family, he's always in there. So it's sort of like I guess he is, but he's sort of just.
So yeah, we do need a new.
Period.
I think we do need a new Robin, but you'll have to ask Stat about it.
Well, I wanted Damian Wayne, so if you don't like it, just suck it.
Damian Wayne Robin.
Do it. Do a Damian Wayne.
Is in some respects essentially the same as. One sec, I was just going to like break my Ruby Rose.
Wait a second. We're getting sound, I think, from.
Hello.
Yeah, we're getting sound from yours now.
Yeah. Hey.
All I did was restart my Mac. Right, I can move now. Asker doesn't need to be here anymore.
Hi, Mac.
There you go. Yeah, I can go back to bed. All I care about.
You mean after 20 minutes of knocking all my figures off my fucking shelf and also tipping fucking Coke everywhere?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Coke. It was Coke and rum.
Yeah,
I'm really
so
upset.
she got demoted and was still trying to sell him.
I want Coke and rum.
I want Coke and Jack Daniels, so I don't care. Yeah, I was planning on doing.
Now we're getting feedback from both of you, so we might need to.
Yeah, you will do a little bit. I'm trying to try and keep it down. I was planning on doing either the Injustice Damian Wayne, which is when he kills.
When Batman thinks he's Nightwing.
No, who's it thinks he's Nightwing?
Flash to Flash on Nightwing, not Darryl.
Yeah.
Green Arrow.
Yeah, that's it.
Damian, who's killed.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
So either that one, which is essentially a very hard
Nightwing suit, similar to like you see like Dynamite Webber and people do, but it's long hair and the mask is different.
Yeah.
So there's either that one or possibly just Damian Wayne. I was considering Damian Wayne.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Well, anyways, I'm going to be Batman Beyond, and then the rest of my list goes Superior Spider-Man, because I've still actually got to wear that costume when I'm back in shape. Aquaman is still on for some point, but that has to be a non-armored version. I've decided my old Deadpool armor is going to get some new use. But being completely resprayed and modded again into a new Deathstroke. And then there's two which are possibilities. There's Arkham Knight, which is a maybe, and Ant-Man, because I really started printing his helmet.
Yay!
Sorry about that, I don't know what happened.
So that's my 10.
You just didn't want to hear me. No, I was asking, do you have a Stephanie Brown for the Bat Family?
No, we don't.
Right, tagged in it, mine.
We need to write this out as a list. We need to write this out as an official list, don't we?
Right, so why do we not see people with like pen and paper at the moment? Write it.
What about
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Damien, post it up on our. We need to post it on our group saying exactly who's doing what, so we don't get.
I will sort this out later. We will do a list. Anyway, we've got another 20 minutes or so to chat about things, and I kind of want to just touch upon the subjects that we started on before. First thing we were going on about the conversation at Manchester Film and Comic Con. for the panel to do with equality in cosplay. And
Yeah.
we've talked about this countless times on the podcast about equality in cosplay and anti-bullying, which is what cosplay support movement is all about. And I want Matt to talk in a minute about something that's happened recently. We were going on about him selling his costume, and his costume he put up on a local group for selling cosplay and was pretty much laughed at by people who have set up a group purposely for selling cosplay. And let's just put it this way, he wasn't trying to get silly amounts of money for his cosplay. It's a really well built cosplay, and as you can see there, it's worth its money.
The only problem with places that, like, especially on like Facebook groups and stuff where they want to try and sell things as well, everyone just wants the cheapest thing out there. Like, I'm a member of a few wig ones, and no one will spend more than £10 on a wig, and it's ridiculous. It's like, if you want a really great wig for your costume, you're not just going to go out there and get £10 off eBay or a Facebook group, and people aren't willing to spend the money. And that's the only downside to like those sort of groups, is when you have something that is so brilliant. Like, I have a friend who actually commissions wigs, and hers are brilliant. And people, like, she had, I think it was a Rapunzel one that was worth over £100, and in the end she ended up selling it for way less than what it was worth, just because no one would buy it. She needed to get rid of it, and she needed the money. It was horrible.
It's honestly why I avoid doing commissions, because people don't want to spend the money. I'd rather make something and make it multiple times and have it as a stock piece I can make, rather than making a one-off, because making one-offs takes so much time and people just don't want to pay the money. It's the same in... I'm a prop maker by trade, and we have people who ask us, oh, we need this, but we've only got a few £100, we need it next week. It's like, well, it's just never going to happen.
Well, I think what I'm trying to kind of push upon is the fact that this group, which has been purposely set up for selling cosplay, have basically started taking the piss out of Matt for selling his cosplay for a very good price, by the way. It wasn't like he was asking like
it wasn't overpriced.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was asking nearly 800 to £1,000 for his cosplay.
Yeah.
And let's just say that the figure that he gave is a really good standing figure. And the fact that he posted up and had people basically mocking him for selling his cosplay for a good price on a group which is dedicated for that, I think it's a little bit out of order.
I think it wouldn't matter what price, even if you put it as a very, very large price anyway. It's his suit. He put the amount of effort into it. He can charge what he wants.
That's what people don't get as well when making costumes. They don't realise the amount of like effort that someone has put into it and the amount of time, and they don't take that into consideration when buying something.
Well, Matt is here.
Yeah, from parts wise, for materials and tools and everything else I bought for it, all the paint, all the lighting, the whole thing, I would say for materials probably cost me just over £400. And then the gloves, which I had, I'd commissioned the gloves from a guy I've been speaking to in America. They cost £250 alone, and they've been worn. They're resin cast ones. They're some of the best gloves I've seen in a long, long time. And so I've spent 600 plus on building the whole thing myself anyway.
Yeah.
And spent 6 months building it, and I put it at a price of 800 because I didn't want to just ignore the fact that I'd spent all that time building it. That's for me. I thought that was quite a fair price in terms of the way. That's why I priced it at that price. But it's been strange because I've had a lot of support and people saying, yeah, it's a good price, but the one place that anyone could suggest to me to try and sell it was this page, and the first thing I did was get shot down and basically ridiculed online for a couple of hours until I just deleted the post in the end. It just got to me a bit. I wasn't having a great day that day anyway, and that just really kind of upset me a bit. But putting on my post obviously that evening, on the CSM group really kind of perked me up a bit and got me feeling a bit better about it. And
yeah,
I'm
not going to drop the price because that's what I want. That's what I think it's worth. I'm not going to drop it.
I think that like, once you posted up on CSM, like you had offers off the bat then, and since then, David Tattoo Deviant, as people know him, has recently done
his video. Yeah,
he's done a video, basically going on about this. I need to post it up on the YouTube because we do actually have a section just for him called Tattoo Talks, where when he does his little talk sections.
You
But
should just call
basically,
it Tat Talks.
Tat Talks. So basically, he posted up a video basically saying how anybody can ridicule him and how people basically behind the keyboard believe that just because they're behind the keyboard that they can just ridicule people for anything, and it's just not on.
The fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter what groups you're posting, and it doesn't matter how well respected the group is and how things go 90% of the time. You can guarantee that you're always going to get, and you'll have to pardon me French, but one complete fucking knob who will just start something for the sake of starting something, whether it's in, you know, whether it's in there was somewhere like this posting page. I mean, I don't know which page you're talking about, but whether it's there, I've seen a lot of instances of it on various like groups, like subgroups of MCM, even like in small niche cosplay groups and things like that. You just get that one bellend who goes out of his way day in day out just in order to be a complete tool. Because he thinks he can rally people around behind him. Congratulations, you got. Because as Tattoo Deviant said, congratulations, you got a couple of people who you've never met to laugh. Well done. All you've done is succeeded in making someone else feel a little bit shit, and made yourself look like a complete bellend. Like there's no point of it. And me and Heather touched on this in the talk we did about it's not okay, and it's never going to be okay to judge anybody. And while I know you were asking a price and he thought it was thingy, he was still judging you for the fact that you tried to charge that price. And as we stated, it's never going to be okay. And for anybody that does it, quite frankly, I won't give you the time of day. And it's unfortunate that it has happened, and it's unfortunate it's happened to someone, like I say, as nice as yourself. I mean, like you said, 800 quid's fair. But that's it. I mean, I've seen the pictures of it. It's more than a fair price.
I think the fact that he's been ridiculed on a page which is like dedicated for selling cosplay, and he's had people pretty much laughing at him for trying to sell his cosplay on a cosplay selling page.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know whether I'm not discriminating at all, but it was very American orientated, that page. Everything was posted in dollars. A lot of the guys on there were from America. It was a lot of American sellers on there. I've since posted exactly the same advert on a Cosplay Sales UK page, which is much smaller. There's less people on it, but not had anything but good stuff on it. You know, they've only had 2 or 3 comments on it since I posted that today, and everyone said, good comments about it, saying it's really good. Not had any abuse or anything like that at all. So it's kind of like, well, I don't know whether I just picked the wrong part of the wrong time of day to post, or I'm trying to kind of justify myself messaging back. People I suppose are a little bit more outspoken on the other page, and this was it. So instead of someone just if someone thinks the price is too high, then fine. I'm not expecting everyone to agree with the price. Like you say, some people don't understand the amount of work that goes into it or what you've spent on it. They just want to make a quick buck out of it. And at the end of the day, I'm just charging what I think it's worth. And a large majority of that, if I do sell it at that price, it's going to be spent on parts for the new suit. So it's something that, without me selling it, it wasn't an easy decision in the first place. I spent 6 months building it. It's my first ever cosplay. I didn't particularly want to sell it, but I don't have room in the house for 2, and I don't have the money to spend that I'd want to spend on the next one to make it even better. So it kind of led me to that conclusion that I need to kind of shift that suit before I can afford to do what I want to do with the next one and do it justice.
Well, for your first one, it looks freaking awesome, and I don't believe it's your first one. I know you've been secretly making them and selling them to people.
No.
Yeah.
I know. I know your Game Boy.
Yeah, He's an Etsy seller. That's what he really is. Matt's an Etsy seller.
He's one of them.
The suit is on Etsy now. I'll put that on there today.
Yeah, he is an Etsy seller as of
If
today.
you're going to sell it anywhere, it's going to be on
To be
Etsy.
an Etsy seller, I'd have to sell it, and I haven't yet. So we shall see.
Fingers crossed for you, man. Hopefully you'll get rid of it and you can get a start on
Can
your
I just say as well, I think 800 quid for what I'm looking at, I'm now stalking your page with the photos, I think it's stupidly, like, underpriced for the £800 to say that you spent, what was it, €600 and £250 on someone else, then you've got all your blood and sweat and tears that have gone into that costume, and you just, it's as if, like, you know, I don't know, I just think it's stupidly underpriced. And I'm going to hit someone if they, again, say that you're selling it too much, just send them my direction. I'll stop.
Okay.
Don't give him a slap in the chops.
Oh no, I don't do that, but I don't do it over the internet either. I like going to people face to face, and because I've done it before with someone who's like tried to name and shame me for a cosplay, and I've gone up to them face to face and like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, well, don't do it on the internet. Can't do it to my face. Don't do it on the internet.
Round of applause from the audience. But yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. But yeah,
You know what they say, if you can't... I was going to say, you know what they say, if you can't say anything nice, go suck a dick.
Anyway, that's our little rant part of the Cosplay Collective done and dusted as we usually do. And usually we do go off on a little bit of a tangent, and because it's coming to the last 15 minutes, well, last 10 to 15 minutes of the show, we're going to just generally chit-chat because we haven't done very much of that on this podcast, which is a very rarity. So, what has everybody been up to other than cons? What have we all been doing? Like,
Witcher fucking 3!
Yeah, a lot of Witcher 3.
I just started a new job and then sleeping, and that's about it.
sleep.
I work at Jump Nation though. It's a really awesome place. I go.
What? So you work at a gym now?
No. Jump Nation. It's I don't know. It's a huge indoor warehouse that the floors and the walls are trampolines.
What?
It's awesome. I can't do it myself
Whoa,
because.
whoa. Have I just heard correctly? I just heard it correctly that this place is a trampoline warehouse, pretty much.
Yeah. It's in a huge arena that's floors and like the walls are like all trampolines, and there's a huge section. I think you jump and do like flips, and like most people just do belly flops. Really, it's really funny. I really want to try it out, but I can't try it out till I've had the pins removed out of my feet. But I would literally recommend it to anyone because
I have a question for you. When I'm in shape again, can me and David come in and just use it dressed as Spider-Man?
I'm pretty sure they will allow that.
I'm totally. We've totally got to get a Spider-Man down there.
Only if I can like come as female Spider-Man or Gwen Stacy.
Go on then.
Yeah,
I'll be MJ or Gwen Stacy.
We've got to get a Spider-Gwen suit for Heather now.
Yes! I wanted to make one, but it's like under the armpit and just confuse them.
Tom, this is our time. We need to now all of us decide on what Spider-Man suit we're all wearing.
We'll do a Spider-Verse! Oh my god!
I've already finished. Well, mostly it's Superior. I'm Superior. Done.
I'll do 2099.
Nice.
Oh, son of a bitch! I wanted to do 29 now.
This has got to happen next year. This will help me get in shape. There's something to work towards.
They have fitness classes. Sorry, I'm just advertising.
Lex, you're in the wrong part of the country.
I know, but I can't move.
Yeah, fair point.
Right, well, if that's the case, I'm doing like Miles Morales.
Nice.
In Spider-Verse, there's one called Penny, isn't there? The little girl.
There's May Parker.
Is that what she is? I thought she was called Penny.
Mayday Parker.
Mayday Parker.
Sorry. I got it wrong.
Yeah, but that's awesome. Like that's the most awesome place I've heard of since the adult running wild style place, where you get to go into ball pits and stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I want to go and do that. I just want to jump in a giant ball pit again.
Yes, near it's like behind the Trafford Centre. You go junction 10 is the Trafford Centre. Injection
Just do me a
9.
favour, smile at the camera and wink.
Me?
Yeah, because you're basically advertising it, you little sellout.
Get out. Get out of here.
This is almost as bad as Lex on the Weekly Geek when he sells out the PlayStation 4.
I don't play PlayStation 4
Sorry.
anymore. I'm a PC Master Race, thank you.
Sorry, I'm behind and I'm the loser with the Mac and also the Xbox, so everyone can just name and shame me.
Listen,
No,
sorry, Matt.
I'm
Matt's
PC
loser
Master
with a
Race now.
MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
There's nothing pro about it.
It's pro. It's pro. What can I say?
So yeah.
Matt, we will stick together, okay? We will defeat them one day.
Glorious PC Master Gaming Race.
Look. This is my game face.
But you can't game on a Mac.
Yeah,
Yes,
but,
you can! No, on my old Mac, Steam broke it, but on this one, it runs fine,
yeah, but
so I'm good.
the only thing that counts is Fallout 4 at 60 frames per second at 1080p, thank you very much.
What were your textures are
With
still going to look
mods.
like shit, we're still going to be gaming here. Lol. No, but seriously, we're still going to fucking gaming here. Like, game of the decade.
Anyway.
No, if Fallout 4
Sex on
comes
a
out,
unicorn.
if Fallout 4
Good
comes out
night.
this year, if Fallout 4 comes out this year, it wins. It
No,
wins
it
of all
won't.
games.
It was never. It might win in sales, but it's never going to win quality, like, ever.
No.
Unicorn
Fallout 4
sex in a threesome with two witches. Yeah, excuse me just 1 second, but just drops Mike on stage.
I'm sorry, right, guys. Can I just say as well, Don's just found out today that he can have a threesome with like 2 witches. I think is it 2 witches?
Wait, I did have
in
a
the game.
threesome on there.
Yeah.
I've only had sex on a unicorn and sex on.
Yeah, he
on
found this out today, so he's gone back through the game to replay it to change his choices just so he can have the threesome.
Oh, because you know the one that okay.
Tristan,
I guess this is
Jennifer.
spoiler. You know the one you have sex with, overlooking the beach sort of area. I killed her.
Kira Metz.
Yeah, I killed her. But I've had sex on a unicorn, and I've also had sex with Triss. So I'm happy.
I can bang the pair of them.
This is
Nice.
this is possibly the best conversation.
Okay. The Witcher has got that. The Witcher has got that. But Fallout 3 is my top game of all time. The only thing that can top it is Fallout 4.
Oh, the weirdest conversation of all time. Yeah, well, I've had sex on top of a unicorn.
Banging.
What? It's so easy in the game. I guess so is she. Oh.
Matt, what have you been up to? Because I can't handle this conversation.
Mate, I just work basically. Very, very boring.
Fuck.
Unfortunately, yeah. I'm one of these things that, you know, it's mainly this last kind of week, other than work, is just planning the new cosplays.
Yeah.
That's all I really do. So I think Heather's will see the message I sent her as well. So,
Yes! I'm like fangirling. Sorry.
what do you think? Good idea?
Fucking brilliant.
We'll see what it looks like. But yeah, I say work and planning. I'm not like a Kier that can knock out a Captain America arm.
Fucking hell, yeah, his Captain America is knocked out in a day.
You know,
That's
I will plan for probably a month and a half, 2 months before I even start building bits and just kind of collect bits and materials and bits and pieces like that. So I'm giving myself a year to build the new one.
If you need someone to like just cosplay a fangirl, Nate, just hit me up. I'll do it. I'll just walk around. I'll do it. Hey, can I have an autograph?
Guys, when's Super Comic Con?
Next March.
March. Okay, I've got till March to build my suit.
Oh, I'm going back as Night Owl for March for the
It's not a massive
Saturday.
in match, I'm just putting that out there.
I'm gonna 3D print the helmet again. I think though.
I'm gonna make my Eva unit for it. Fine. I'm playing that game.
Yeah, I'm doing Night Owl, and then I haven't decided for the Sunday, but I will build something new for the Sunday. I might build a Dead Space for next year.
I think if we're doing if you're doing the usual like meal thing, then I'm coming and joining in, because if anything, like the last set of footage,
We're gonna ruin you all.
I'm bloody gonna make it next year. I tell you that.
Yeah, hopefully you will. Well, actually, you will.
Too much this year so far.
Oh, actually, the meal this time, like usually, like you caught the podcast that we had in the hotel, but the meal this time, like it was a lot more chilled out because we were all just shattered. Like usually the meal's like really really hectic, but
Was it hectic when we all did it in London like last year?
yeah, well it kind of was. Well, you was
I
drunk,
don't
so.
remember it. I don't remember it 100%. I was pretty drunk like when we got there.
Yes, she was. Yes,
You haven't met drunk until you've met me. Trust me, guys.
That was the last time. I think that was the last time I ever had alcohol. So shush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's face it for 1 second. If you think you've met Heather when she's drunk, you ain't ever had to deal with me. Now, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fucking experience.
You don't want to drink Dom.
I can agree
What
with
about the whole? You would like me when I'm drunk.
Pretty much.
I turn Coke strong, but just without Coke. It's great.
He thinks he does anyway.
But yeah, that's basically us in a nutshell at the moment. We've got cosplay planned. I'm building cosplay kinda. People are building cosplay left, right, and centre. We're getting somewhere. Next cons. Who's attending what?
Manchester.
Manchester.
I'm going to be attending Manchester.
There was potential for LFCC, but probably not a good idea.
I'm not doing LFCC.
So I think I will probably just be doing Manchester, and then let's see. I think so. Like later this year, I've only got like 100%. There's Manchester, London,
Blackpool.
So in order it goes Manchester, Blackpool, London.
Yes.
Manchester, Blackpool,
I'm
London.
on the same one. Yeah.
Wales, Birmingham as well. That's the end of November.
Matt, are you attending Blackpool not Blackpool, London in October?
I want to, yeah. I think that'll be the next one I get to. But it's very much who's going, and this is the thing. I don't know enough of people that are going. Keir probably won't be making. And I think Leia's got an op about a month before October, so not sure yet whether her and David are, they've bought tickets or they're buying tickets, but they don't know whether they're staying over or what they're doing yet. So
if they're thinking of staying over, they're going to find it hard because at the moment we're looking.
Hotels are a nightmare.
Are the tickets on sale yet for that?
All hotels.
Yeah, they are.
Oh shit, I haven't got mine yet.
No. I'll speak to you all in the message because I shouldn't do it in the video, but there is a way that you can still get a hotel, so I'll help you out in that.
I have a hotel already.
I was looking at alternatives, but I'll talk about that afterwards.
I'll tell you where I'm staying as well because it's not as close, but it's pretty damn good and cheap.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we're going to have a bit of a hard time trying to get to MCM in London. But yeah, in terms for me, it's Manchester, Blackpool, then London this year,
same.
and then next year I'll be doing LFCC, MCM, and then that's it. Well, MCM in Manchester, and then that's it for the rest of the year, I think.
There is meant to be another convention. There's Play Manchester, which is in October, which is the weekend before London in October, and that is a really, really great one, especially for like retro gaming. And then there's another one at the end of August, which I think is being held at Mozzie, the Museum of Science and Industry, and that's another gaming one, and that's in Manchester as well, and I think that one's in August, and that one's actually going over a few weeks, I think it wasn't it, Tom?
Yeah.
And every week I think they're trying to do a different.
You know what is in Manchester?
What's that?
There's a Star Wars convention in Manchester as well.
Next year.
Next year, I'm doing that definitely.
Yeah, I'm on two decisions. I like Star Wars. We'll see what goes on.
I'm planning on next year making up for all of them that I've missed this year by doing even more than I had planned initially for this year. So I think next year is two London MCMs, possibly the big Star Wars convention there, Manchester MCM, Wales Comic Con twice the year, Birmingham twice in the year,
Bloody hell.
and a few others as well. So I'm planning at least 10 conventions next year.
Do you want to pay for some of my conventions? Because I can't afford it.
I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Well, the thing is, I just drive to them, and
Well, I drive, but I have a little car. Unless Mum and Dad, if you're watching this, I want a car for my birthday. Just yeah.
I'm getting a new car soon. It's not going to be the biggest car, but if I build an Iron Man suit, I'll put it in my passenger seat.
Yeah.
Set it up on a dummy.
Well, also because the other thing is my suits. I tend to, because I make all my stuff in fiberglass, that I can stack them inside of each other and nothing warps. So I can actually pack my things quite tightly. I mean, Damien, you saw when I put my Deadpool suit, I put it all in this really small bag and everything slotted inside of each other.
It did.
There was not a single stretch.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of conventions next year, I think me and Dom, instead of like doing loads over here, we're wanting to save up and go to one big one. And I think we're discussing at the moment whether to go to, is it Anime North in Canada or San Diego? Or PAX. So it's between three.
The problem with San Diego is it's almost impossible to get a ticket.
You're missing the major one. Okay, San Diego, I'll give you that. But you're missing Dragon Con.
I would never be able to afford to go into Dragon Con. Do you know how expensive?
Yes, I know. 3 days.
Maybe if I get rich and famous in like the next year, or if people start like, I don't know.
In the lottery.
If it gets cheaper, then we'll go. But I think
it's really
more expensive.
Dragon Con is one of my dreams.
Guys, I'll talk to you after. If something happens, I'll buy it. I'll do it. I'll pay it.
Yes. Lex, I'm your best friend, right? Okay.
Yeah. If pigs fly.
I'm gonna make a pig fly.
That's not flying. That's falling with style.
We'll put a pig in a cannon. That'll do. Pig. That'll do. Anyway, we are coming to the end of the Cosplay Collective podcast. Yay! I know. For everybody who is watching, you can find each and every single one of us in the description below. We'll link to each and everybody's cosplay page. Yeah. Yeah,
Not hers. Not hers.
Click that beautiful face right there. Anyway, you can find each and every single one of us in the description below to our various cosplay pages. Don't forget you can like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube. So please do that. We'd really appreciate it. I am Damien Hockey, your guru to all things geek, also known as Damo's Wonder Wardrobe. I have been joined by Devilish Cosplay, Matt Bellhouse. Whoop.
I'll clap, guys, I'll clap.
Remember, if you can't say anything nice, go suck a dick.
Arcadia Cosplay UK.
Can't hear me. I have to mute my mic.
I'm gonna get my ass handed to me here because I can never say it right. Miss Seosin?
Hoisin sauce. Miss Hoisin
It's
sauce.
say Alcin, because if you pronounce it wrong, it's going to be Al, because I'm going to hurt you, okay?
Okay.
Alcin.
Okay, I'm scared now.
Hoisin
I'm scared
sauce.
now. And on that note, that's goodbye for everybody at the